Hi, I'm Danny Ecker with your Chicago Business Today Midday Report. The job prospects of recent law school grads are the worst in nearly 2 decades, according to a report from the National Association of Law Placement. The group said about 85% of students who earned their Juris Doctorate degrees in 2011 had jobs 9 months later. That's the lowest number since 1994. And for more on how local law school grads have done, I'm joined by Crain's reporter, Lorene Yu. Lorene, first, how did Chicago's schools stack up to these national numbers?
It was a mixed bag. There were a couple of them who did above the national average, who did very well, and a few of them who didn't perform quite as well as the national average.
Were there any in particular around here that came off with particularly lower scores?
Sure, the lower scores, the John Marshall struggled, IIT, Chicago, Kent, they were a little below the national average. But on the opposite end, the top tier law schools like Northwestern, University of Chicago, even Loyola did very well. They were above the national average.
And what did this report say, if anything, about the reasons for this struggle for law school grads? Is it more sort of the times and the environment right now, or is it the fact that you just have a saturation of new attorneys?
It's a little bit of both. It's the same idea that we're still graduating a lot of students with degrees and not enough jobs. So there's this mismatch between supply and demand. And these are also students who got into law school right as the bottom fell out in 2008. So they're coming out at a time where the industry is still trying to figure out, okay, what is the right size for all the firms and where all the jobs are. So they're kind of caught in that.
Right. In the meantime, many of them are saddled with plenty of debt. Any indication in this report about whether this is going to continue, get better, get worse in the next couple of years?
I'm sure everybody is hoping that this is the bottom. Every year they're hoping that it does not get worse. I think there might be a little more uptick for graduates of 2012, it seems that, and future in 2013. It seems that the summer associate programs, which is sort of the first channel into hiring first-year associates, that's picking up, that we're seeing more numbers. So it could get a little bit better, but it may not go back to the way it was.
And of course, you've got some other companies that thrive on outsourcing some of the tasks that new attorneys would normally take on, right?
Then that was an interesting statistic in this report, that it was a higher number than the association had ever seen of students or graduates who took jobs that did not require passing the bar. So it's a changing dynamic in the legal industry, and it'd be interesting to see how that plays out in terms of legal education.
Yeah, it will. All right, Lorene, thanks for your time.
You're welcome.